There seems to be no end to the drama when it comes to the life of Britney Spears. Once America's sweetheart, the headlines have now turned ugly. NBC's Peter Alexander has the latest.
If only Britney Spears' family portrait always looked this perfect. The former pop princess and troubled mom recently posed with her two young sons for this week's OK magazine. Unfortunately, the Spears family drama has dipped to another low. After an awkward hours-long standoff with police last Thursday, Spears was taken to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles for an evaluation and treatment. The public breakdown followed another custody dispute with her ex-husband Kevin Federline. At the hospital, Spears was visited by Tough Love talk show host Dr. Phil McGraw.
I want to make it very clear. I went to see Britney at the request of her family.
Dr. Phil told Entertainment Tonight and The Insider he was met by a Spears family member and escorted to Britney's room where he spent some time with her.
She needs to be in treatment. She needs to be in inpatient care for a period of time.
Dr. Phil had planned to air a show about Britney Spears' problems.
People felt that he was capitalizing on the situation, perhaps using his role to perhaps do a show that they weren't really excited about. He pulled out.
On his website, Dr. Phil explained his decision, saying the situation was too intense. Out of consideration to the family, he wrote, I have made the decision not to move forward with the taping at this particular time. Everyone agrees Spears needs real help.
Something has to happen for Britney to finally hit rock bottom. And the facility that she's taken to at the time has to have the courage to keep her in there for as long as it takes.
Spears' troubles won't go away anytime soon. She's scheduled to be back in court next week, fighting to regain visitation rights with her two boys. Rights suspended after this latest sad episode. For today, Peter Alexander, NBC News, Los Angeles.
Lou Taylor is the business manager for Britney Spears' father, mother, and younger sister, Jamie Lynn. Lou, good morning to you.
Good morning, Meredith. Thanks for having me this morning.
Thanks for joining us. Britney's parents have not spoken out publicly about her recent problems, but they felt the need through you to do so now. What was it that made them decide it was important to speak out?
Well, we thought it was important for people to just have a voice for Jamie, or to hear a voice for Jamie and Lynn Spears. You know, this has, again, just set another bar for us that has become disturbing for what's happened to be, you know, now again played out in the media.
Well, you know, Doctor, let's get right to it, because this is about Dr. Phil and his relationship with the family and the comments he has made. On Saturday, he did meet with Britney in the hospital, and after that, he released the following statement. He said, my meeting with Britney and some of her family members this morning in her room at Cedars leaves me convinced more than ever that she is in dire need of both medical and psychological intervention. What is wrong with Dr. Phil's statement in the family's estimation?
Well, what's wrong with Dr. Phil's statement is that he made a statement. The family basically extended an invitation of trust for him to come in as a resource to support them, not to go out and make public statements. Any statement publicly that he made, because he was brought in under this cloak of trust, are just inappropriate. So, you know, we feel like, to set the record straight, that we need to say that.
But in fact, they did invite him in to see their daughter. That's correct?
Yes, Lynn Spears has had a relationship with Robin, and he was invited. It was an invitation, but he was not invited to make this part of a public display or part of the media. And I think that was the heart of Jamie and Lynn, to say, look, you know, we're looking for support here, not to add, you know, to the trouble that's already upon them.
You know, he did an interview with Entertainment Tonight as well, and in the interview he said, is she having a rough time right now? Yes, she is. Somebody needs to step up and provide a vector to get this young woman into some quality care. She has children hanging in the balance. She has her own life hanging in the balance, and I do not apologize one whit, not 1 second, for trying to make that happen. Has he ever counseled her before, Lou? Ever counseled Britney?
No. Not to my knowledge, but I'm here to speak for Jamie and for Lynn. And even in just making that statement, it would have been appropriate had he been given the authority to do so, and he just hadn't. And this is a family where you've got Jamie and Lynn constantly rallying together as a family, that they are well aware of the situation with their daughter and they love her more than anything. And here, this is just another example of trust really being betrayed and being inappropriate.
So were they ever going to do a show with him about intervening in an adult child's life when that child has troubles?
No, they were not. No, they were not going to do a show. There are many professionals and many resources that get vetted between this team of people that surround the Spears. And Dr. Phil did broach that issue, and it was vetted amongst the team, but it was decided that that would be detrimental for anybody to ever do that. And so we really felt like, to me personally, being part of this team, I felt that too was inappropriate for him to even be self-serving in bringing something like that up, because that would not be a vector to get Britney help. Well, Lou, I just think it would have been wrong.
Does the family believe that he has damaged their relationship with their daughter in any way?
I think it's been compromised because it's a measure of trust. I mean, here you have Britney that needs to have some security somewhere, that every single thing she does and every single person she has a relationship with doesn't become an opportunity to be exploited. I mean, when do you ever rest in that if you're constantly in fear of being exploited? And, I just felt for Jamie and Lynn, this was a time where, they were taken advantage of, that they are people who love their daughter and that know exactly what's going on and want that support.
And yet they have been criticized themselves, in particular Jamie for her relationship with, Lynn, her relationship with the daughters. Her younger daughter, Jamie Lynn, recently announced that she is pregnant, and the mom has been vilified in a lot of the press. How do you respond to that?
Well, what I would like to say is that I really feel like people just do not know the Spears family. What they don't know about Jamie and Lynn Spears is that every day Jamie goes to work as a professional chef, asking the Lord to give him the strength to honor the people he works for in the midst of circumstances. That Lynn Spears is a mother that is brokenhearted just because she's apart from her daughter, that she loves her daughter so much, and again, asking every day for God to give her strength and for her to continue to have hope. I mean, I'm so disturbed, Meredith, where we've gotten to be as a people, the morbidity of us watching the depravity of people suffering, than to rally around and be hopeful. So really, I guess for me to be self-indulgent for a moment, that I would really hope that all those who seek God for strength in their life would be interceding for this family, because Jamie Spears, Lynn Spears, Brian, and Jamie Lynn Spears are all amazing people.
Lou Taylor, we thank you very much.